I want to talk about a thing that has been on my mind for at least a few years by now, and that is, if you were to name someone that is a role model for you, there is a personality, who would you name? If if someone could leave their suggestions in comments, that would be very much appreciated. But the point that I'm trying to make today is that in the last 10 to 15 years or so, there has been a progressing decrease in the quality that even the popular culture brings to us through music, movies, or anything else. And this is setting an example for the next generation that's a few years younger than me, that's being brought up on this. And it's also a progressive decrease in the values that are being sold, because let's not kid each other, there always is something that's considered popular music at the time. There always is this mainstream genre that's all about entertainment and a good time and relaxation, not necessarily about something serious and requiring us to give it some deeper thought. Everyone needs a break sometimes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong about fun, but lately, as in the last 10 to 15 years, give or take, the quality even of these so-called popular things, in my opinion at least, has decreased very painfully. As in, before, even if it was a pop song, the artists, the writers, they would try to increase at least some sort of language twist, some sort of some pun, at least something that had a semblance of intelligence and creativity, even if, like I said, it was on a more popular music level. Nowadays, however, we observe this trend where the values that are sold to us by the music industry, not always, are me and my great body that I have spent my life working at the gym are going to attract the rich daddy that's going to buy me the newest high fashion outfit. And of course, it's nothing new that the trend of women who at the beginning used to be forced to rely on men for survival, and then some still do it out of their choice, because this is the kind of lifestyle they want to pursue. And you know what? Even that would actually be fine. Like, if this is what you want to do, if you want, let's say if you want to be a mother, let's say, like, already a job of its own, and you have a partner that works, that's fine. That's completely fine. But we are right now growing a generation that's inspired by pop idols that are filled with plastic surgery more than any previous generation has been, and not in a discreet way, and that sell toxic values that further devaluate our feminine strength, our feminine power, in the most toxic and degrading ways. It's a message telling that these young girls that all they have to offer is their ass, and if they don't work out and if they don't have this perfect body, that they're recycled like last season's merchandise, and that there's nothing else that they should be working on. No one is selling popular music that would have a hint of value. And because of this, even people who were born in previous generations, they are becoming more and more stupid. Even if you look at popular movies that we have in cinema right now, if you compare, let's say, now and the 90s, or even the beginning of the year 2000s, even if the subject of a film or a song is the eternal topic, love, it's not only about what you talk about, it's about how it's done. And the way it's done is that, well, like I said, at least 10 to 15 years back, if there was a romantic comedy, at least it's still watchable. Like, if I want a lighter day, this is something that I might still rewatch, and I'm not getting a humor from watching it. at least the characters that are involved, they have some sort of personality. But nowadays, when you put some newer young generation actors in the series, there is nothing. There's an emptiness that just drips from the screen. An emptiness that's omnipresent in every form of expression around. And if there is some artist that I don't know of that's different, then they are well hidden, because honestly, if you have some links to provide, then go ahead. I'm not saying that there's no one there who creates something good, but on a mass scale, it's not seen. It's like there is some sort of plot going on that has the purpose of dumbing us all down. And frankly, if I wanted to find some new music nowadays, it's nigh impossible. I don't think I have seen a single good new band that I would actually enjoy in the last year. Even some older bands that are releasing new songs, sometimes they just, well, the level of these songs just plummets. There are already several videos that have been made about this, and my question is, when these people that us, the generation from the 90s, still know, when they die in 20 to 30 years, when they are gone, the new generation that will be born, who will they be left with? Who will they have to look up to? Who will they have to build on? Who will they have to aspire to? Because already right now, as a young person, I have a problem with that. I'm not really much of a role model person in the first place, since I believe that everyone has their own unique life path that I should focus on. But that's just a personal thing, and of course, people around the world, they have different ways of operating and trying to go through life. So naturally, some people are going to need role models very badly, and who are they going to get? I really much would like to not name drop in this video, because this attracts debates that are largely personal, and everyone has their taste, and that's okay, but ask yourself, what is the message that anyone that you can see in the media is giving to you? What are they saying? What are they selling? Frankly, there would be nothing bad if they just sold their dancing skills, or even their body, if it's done in a way that represents something. There is a very large decrease in talent and individuality, because some things they can be taught, like when you're like a performer, the choreography can be taught. Some things for some things you can get a surgery, but some things they have to be natural. Talent has to be God-given, and that's kind of what I'm missing to see nowadays. Some charisma, some form of unique self-expression that they would attract the audience, not because it's a skillfully marketed product, but because this person just has something, and it doesn't matter if they do pop, because they still have this something. And I guess I wanted to share this thought in the video today. I wanted to see if maybe someone agrees with me. If maybe you have examples of a person that I have missed, that genuinely has something to say or something to offer. I'm not saying that there's absolutely no one, because again, I don't want to name drop in this video, because if you go in the past years, you may see a few people, but as someone who really, for example, likes watching films, from really old films to new films, I can see that when you go to the cinema, there's like less and less quality and more crap, mass-produced crap. And the question is, what do we do about this? Why does this happen? Because every generation there are some people that are born with potential. It's impossible where there is no talent. Where is this talent? People need role models and personalities. Communities need strong personalities because they are a guiding light and a point of reference. And again, where are they? YouTube is the new medium where people share the content they care about. And I get that, but again, even here the quality content is scarce. I can tell you straight away that I would discard most of the things that I see. Some things that are informative, I agree, but videos that are informative, they are, but people in them, they're not necessarily charismatic performers in any way. Again, they're not role models, they're not someone to aspire to. The thing is that people have this need to aspire to, so what happens is they start to aspire to wrong things, and wrong behaviors are spread like plague towards through society. What is the antidote? The antidote, in my opinion, is trying to improve oneself. It's something that I always try. Work into not falling into this trap yourself, to try to be the best version of yourself you can be at a given time. Respect your path, but don't be afraid to set high standards for yourself. And discard what's bad, keep to what's good. And the third step is try to become what you want to see. And I know that this is a beginner channel and that it's still a far cry from being the top of the top, but I guess in producing this content, besides the other reason that I listed in my first Why Am I Starting a Channel video, I kind of want to be this part of YouTube that actually has something to say, that actually has something valuable to add to the world. Like I mentioned before, at the end of the day, role models, artists and stars, they are also members of our community as much as everyone else. They are a piece of a puzzle that fits in the whole, and the puzzle can't be complete if there's a piece missing, no matter which piece it is. It's also, I guess, a message that I want to give to you today. Don't settle for less. Don't be afraid of critical thinking. And if there is something that you want to see, don't be afraid to create it yourself. And don't be afraid to discard what's bad. Don't be afraid to say that something's bad. Don't like something just because everyone likes it. Don't let a bunch of people who make money of it dumb you down, because your integrity is, at the end of the day, all you have.